to our channel, Laughs Like Community. So today we will be beginning with the topic transformer. So today we will be knowing what is transformer, how we do the use of the transformer, as well as we will know the principle of transformer. So let's move on. So see, the first question which comes in our mind is what is transformer? So to know what is transformer, let's first know what is it. So transformer is a static device. What is it? It is a static device which transfers electrical power from one place to another. So what is transformer? Transformer is a static device which transfer electrical power. That means it will transfer an electrical power to one place to another with same frequency. That means there will no nothing change in the frequency. Okay. But voltage level will change. So whenever you need to write what is transformer, you will write it is a static device. So you will write what? It is a static device which transfer electrical power from one place to another with same frequency. That's all. And next, the next important point is that its voltage level will only change. That is P equal to Vi. Okay. Now the next one is there are two types of transformer which we usually know. That is transformer step up and another is step down transformer. So in simple language we can say that if our input is less, we use transformer step up to increase our output. That means if our input is 230 volts, then we will get our output which will be more than 230 volts. That means 440 volt for an example. Similarly, when we use transformer step down, that means our input is high and we use the transformer step down to do what? To decrease from 440 volt our output. So it will be less than 440 volt. For example, 230 volts. Okay. Now let's see what is next and what is our load case and no load case. So we will deal with the first, which is a no load case. So here we are using N1 turns. That means this is our primary side. So here are some windings you can see. These are all windings. So these all are windings is we will denote as N1. Okay. And in the primary side there will be a voltage also. So we will denote it as V1. And as there is a voltage supply, then we will receive an EMF which will be our E1 and a current will be flowing from the primary side to the secondary side. And only one flux will get here which will move in this direction and that will be represented as our phi. Okay. Next is our in the secondary side, similarly we will have some windings. So that will be denoted as N2. And there, as there is no load, there will be no load, so there will be no current flow. So our I2 here will be 0. Okay, and voltage in the secondary side will be represented as E2, and there will be an EMF in the secondary side which will be E2. So whenever you look on the no load case, you will only understand that there will be a flux which will get generated and it will move from primary to the secondary. So that phi will be equal to your N1 and I1. That means this phi will be equal to your N1 and your I1. That means this is your armature turns and this I1 is your no load current. Okay. So now let's move on and see our load case. So see, for the load case also we will have similar thing that in the primary side we will be denoting as NP, which will be the number of turns in the primary side, and VP will be the voltage in the primary side. And EP is the EMF in the primary side, and IP will be the current flowing through the primary side because there is a voltage which have been given. So due to that we have done that our phi will be what? NP dot IP. That means IP is a no load current and NP is the number of turns in the primary side. That means only our phi M will be moving from primary to secondary. Now as we put a load here in the secondary side, that means now there will be a flow of current. So as there will be a flow of current, another flux will get induced here which will move in the opposite direction, that is from secondary to primary. And that flux will be your NS, that is the number of turns, and IS is the current flowing in the secondary side. But now we have seen that there is one phi M also there, one phi is also there. So now what we get, then it becomes phi M minus phi. So to maintain that phi M, we need another phi, right? So for that phi, which will move from the primary to the secondary direction, for that we will take one supply from the primary side. That means we will take another current from the primary side to maintain our phi. and that will be denoted here as your I1 bar. Okay, so that means your new phi will be NP, that is the number of turns in the primary side, and I1 bar. That means this area will maintain the secondary side phi, and that means as your this phi was moving from secondary to primary, now this phi will move from primary to secondary. So this both will nullify each other and only our phi will be left. So this is the main concept. So whenever we apply load, we need a primary supply of a current, that is we need a current from the primary side. So if we need to find the equation for that current, that is which we need, that is secondary from the primary current, that is our I1 bar, then we will write NP I1 bar is equal to NS IS, that means number of turns in the primary into the secondary from the primary current is equal to the number of turns of the secondary into the current flowing in the secondary side. So when we find the I1 bar, we get NS dot IS divided by NP. And now the most important thing is that then our total phi, that is our IP will be then what? Sorry, our I1 will be then what? So if we denote our total current as I, then it will be our primary current, that means no load current, plus the secondary from the primary supply, that means I1 bar also will be there. So this is the basic concept of the no load and the load case. So now let's move on to our principle. So let's see. So it says that the primary of the transformer have N1 turns and is fed from an AC supply of V1 volts. The primary of the transformer having N1 turns and is fed from the AC supply. As I told that there will be N1 turns and there will be a AC supply. So the first statement states that. Okay. Next statement says that the current I1 will flow through the primary coil. The current through the primary will set up a flux phi in the core. So let's see again. So one flux is moving, this flux will be your phi, and this I1 will be your primary current. So this is a second statement. Now it says that this flux, when linked with the primary winding, will produce an induced EMF E1 in the primary. That means from where that E1 came? E1 came when our flux, that is a phi, when get linked with the windings, that is it turns, at that time that an EMF got induced. So as this phi and this windings are there, when it get linked, we get our EP or E1, that is our EMF 1. Next it says that the flux phi will pass through the core and link with the secondary winding to induce an EMF E2 in the secondary winding. That means this phi will again go, and here also it will make a link with the winding and it will create another EMF, that is will be in the secondary side, which will be your ES or E2. Next it says that because of this induced EMF, a current I2 will flow through the load connected with secondary. As we induced one load in the secondary side, that why due to this E2 which got induced, that why another current which will be start flowing from the secondary side. Okay, I hope you understood till this. Let's move on to the next point, which says that the load terminal voltage is V2. If the input voltage V1 is greater than the output voltage V2, then it is called the step down transformer. So now let's move on to the step down transformer area and the step up transformer area. So remember that whenever the input voltage V1 is greater than the output voltage V2, then it is called the step down transformer. So whenever the input voltage is greater than the output voltage, at that time it is the step down transformer. And the opposite is what? Whenever the input voltage is less than the output voltage, at that point of time the transformer will be your step up transformer. So this is basically your no load case, load case, and the principle of operation, how the transformer works. So I hope you all understood. So till then, be happy and have a great day, and today's lecture ends here.
Now is the code time. Learn to value yourself, which means fight for your happiness. I hope all of you understood the lecture of today, and thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe.
join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live Magus videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.